All right, I think we are live. Let's get up our notes. We don't need this. We can keep that, and we can keep these notes. Okay, we'll full screen that. We'll be full screen. Man, I didn't get too much of a time to practice today, but let's see. Give it a few minutes while people get here. Man, it's one of those days where I just can't stop just tweaking the audio settings. It's just so close to being right, but it's just always one thing here or there. You know? It's always something. All right, let's see really quickly. We have both. 6.5. Yeah, I think that's good, actually. Or is it? Let's just turn down the bias slightly, or we turn that up. Let's turn it up a little bit. 1/4 of a dB. Just a little bit. Okay. All right, how you guys doing today? Can't read the chat at the moment, but yeah, okay. Should be good. And now I promise not to mess with it. Cool. All right, so today we're covering Terekete and Dhere Dhere, but I'm just going to play for probably another minute or two more, but messed that up. messing that up. All right, I guess may as well start. And in the middle, probably practice, a bit too. So, all right, we're talking about Terekete and full hand Terekete, Dhere Dhere and Dhere Dhere as well. So we're talking about both of these things. And yeah, that's basically what we're doing. And now to kind of, what am I trying to say here? All right, so we're going to be talking about 3-finger Terekete and full hand Terekete. And we're also going to be talking about Dhere Dhere. Some people ignore Dhere Dhere or Dhere Dhere and they only play Dhere Dhere. So that's kind of that. And there's going to be a dedicated Dhere Dhere section with emphasis on that and Dhere Dhere. How do you go faster? How long should I practice slow? All of that stuff. How should I structure my practice? All of these things we'll cover. And there's going to be a lot of exercises as well that we'll be doing. And that's basically what today's agenda is. I'll probably go over these exercises briefly, and then we'll wrap up. Okay. So the Terekete exercises, well, the people always ask, how do I go faster? By taking your time, practicing slowly. That's how you go faster. You push very gradually after you know your clarity's been consistent over a few practices. Then you push faster. You don't just keep pushing and pushing faster, very gradually. How long should you practice slow? Until it's consistent. And how should you structure your practices? In 3 ways. First, you should have extreme clarity. Play things slow with the most clarity you can. Then balance that out with a little bit of speed. Not a lot of speed, but a little bit of speed. Play at a rate where you're getting both clarity and speed. All right, a little bit of speed. Make sure you get both of those things is what I'm saying. Then lastly, just a little bit of just speed. Forget about clarity a little bit, not completely, but make it maybe 75% speed, 25% clarity. That makes sense. All right. Next, we have the Terekete exercises. Okay? So we have this exercise, Dha Terekete, Terekete, Dha Terekete. How's it going, Jaypreet? Don't get me demonetized today. All right. So we have a first Terekete exercise, Dha Terekete, Terekete, Dha Terekete. And then we want to also in there make sure you're playing Dhere Terekete as well, somewhere in there. So that's kind of what you're doing. I covered this yesterday too, but it's pretty simple. How's it going, Inderjeet? Hope it's all going well for you. I'm basically today covering some of the stuff that, I talked about yesterday, but in a little bit more detail today. We're just going over Terekete and Dhere Terekete. And then maybe I'll just end with some Bayan stuff, but most of this. So Dha Terekete, Terekete, Dha Terekete. So you guys know this. But you can move it around a little bit. You can play it. And what I said earlier, how do I go faster? Or how long should I practice slow? Until it's consistent. That's one important thing. So anyways, Dha Terekete, Terekete, Dha Terekete. So this will help a lot with those of you guys like you in their G trying to play a row. And this is important as well. Dhere Terekete. So would you please cover a complete qaida for multiple combinations of Terekete? Yeah. Let me I'll figure out one qaida, or I can see if I have one typed, but I'll also see. So a complete qaida, I think we've given one or two to you, but if anyone comes to mind, then I'll think of one. The one that comes to mind most famously, I don't have all the paltas too. And it's Ustad Tariq Khan's Dhagina Date Tigina Tina Date Tigina Tinagina Dhagina Date Tigina Tinagina Titikina Titigina Dhagina Date Tigina, and that Titikina becomes Titikina when you go faster. That's one of the best ones, but I don't have all the paltas to that. I can figure it out. Me and Trupdaj we can get together and we can figure it out, but that'd be one. So yeah, that's one. So Dhere Terekete. How do you play Dhere Terekete? So Dhere. So this is really good for hand flexibility. If Jaypreet, you're still watching, Dhere, so Dhere and Terekete. So Dhere Terekete, Dhere Terekete, Terekete. So you could do Dhere Terekete, Terekete, Dhere Terekete. So all I'm doing is changing this dha to Dhere. And that's also good practice. That's our first exercise. So you could play dha terekete terekete dha terekete, and then you could play dhere terekete dhere terekete terekete, or dhere terekete terekete dhere terekete. And on the dhere always sounds better here. You can do different things with the baya. So like that. So mess around with the baya as well, but this is the first concept for this exercise. Okay. Next, we have this one that we also covered yesterday. There is one confusing thing about how I wrote this, which is there's one line that says middle end with index. That's basically this right here, how I'm giving you notes on how to alternate with it. Mostly the notes don't say this, but I wrote it in there to kind of help. So anyway, so here we go. So dha terekete taka, tik terekete taka, and then 5 taka terekete takas. First one with this finger, this one, back here, and then you end with taka dinanana. In fact, I'm gonna remove this because it makes it a little too confusing. So I'll leave that last one since it doesn't mess it up, but one more time. So like that. So a little bit faster. So first tick, tuck, 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 like that. So now this doesn't really sound that good, if you played it faster. It's not really a good composition that's very, acoustically good sounding, but it's good for practice. So you can hear some of my fingers are coming out a little bit weak on this. It's not Terekete month, so I'm not practicing it regularly yet. More on the baya, but that month is coming. Awesome. Yeah, you'll be performing in Pune this August. Cool. Yeah. We can definitely help with that. So here we go. So terekete taka, terekete taka, taka, terekete taka, terekete taka, terekete taka. This one, also if you followed this channel for some time, it's a good one. So terekete taka, terekete taka, taka terekete taka, terekete taka, terekete taka. So like that, basically. I should slow it down a little bit, but that one sounds okay when I speed it up. But the bols should pop out a little bit more, and I feel right now my hand is not doing that. So, important one. Now, these we haven't really covered in the last few days, so these will be good. So, these would be, the first line would be full hand terekete. So is the second line, and the dhin terekete taga. So, those things. And also, Indrajit, let me know what things you're playing for this solo. You know, we can start, you know, planning on what would be good. So here we go. So one thing about this, I'm starting with the full hand, then I go into the three fingers. So dha terekete taka terekete. I don't know if you guys are seeing that. So dha. Not like that, but I think it sounds better with just the complete full hand. So and of course the dhin terekete taka is still three finger terekete. I've mixed different versions of this. What I think sounds best is full hand terekete first line. Whoops. Full hand terekete first line and full hand terekete last line. And the dhin terekete taka, that line, just three finger terekete. So like this. So like that. The dhin terekete taka could be a little bit clearer. So it should be a little bit more open sounding. It's coming out a little bit closed. So like that, basically. It sounds okay at this speed, but this should be played, you know, you should practice this a good bit and play this at an even higher speed. I'll show you what a good speed for this is. It won't sound that good with my playing, but Game Zone, thank you. First time I think I've seen you here. But anyway, so this would be a good speed to play this at. Won't sound clear, but so right there, I'm kind of missing a lot of bols, but that would be a good speed to play it at, and you'd get the full effect of it. One more time. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The full hand terekete is coming out good, but the three finger dhin, so it's like that. So not very clear, but that is a speed I'm just showing you at. I wouldn't practice at that right now. I'd work my way up to that slowly. Next, we have Dhere Dhere, Dhere Dhere. Really good for the hand. Dhere Naga. So I guess it should be Dhere Taga Taga Dhere. Dhere Naga. We probably shouldn't call it Dhere and Dhere Naga then. So Dhere Taga. So Dhere. Let me fix this. So Dhere Taga. So Dhere Taga Taga Dhere. So Dhere Taga Taga Dhere Dhere Naga. So Dhere Taga Taga Dhere Dhere Taga Na Dhere. Man, I just realized I've been writing this wrong for a long time. Okay, yeah. So like that then. So just like this. So gitte taga taga tete. Gitte taga taga tete gitte taga. Someone also said, I think on the taga they would use the middle finger as an exercise. Rhythm rules. Nice to have you, man. It's been a while. I don't think I've seen you in here. How to play gitte in slow speed? Good question. So gitte. So let me also zoom in on these. Be easier to see. So gitte taga. So gitte, and I'll highlight which one I'm doing. I'll format this better next. So gitte. So gitte. Actually, technically, it would be this. So gitte taga taga tete. So gitte right here. So with this. So here, gitte taga taga tete. And maybe double. Yeah, it's a good one. Thank you. I believe your name is Ajay, right? So yeah. Yeah, faster can sound good, but with it, my hand needs a little bit more weight right now. Awesome. Yeah, this will be really good for full hand. And of course, one thing in their Jitas, make sure whichever side, you know, needs more work, listen to, so it might be, you know, I'm emphasizing this side. So, or you could do. So it sounds kind of weird, but just make sure both sides, this and this, are coming out right. I realize that I haven't practiced this one that way, so it sounded a little off balance, but there's that one. Then, of course, for Terekete, Dha Tete Ghere Naga Dhene Taga. So this one you guys must be knowing, very famous one. So Dha Tete Ghere Naga Dhene Taga. You can also play thin. So there's really two plays. You can play this Ghere Naga, but actually I think also the Gitte Taga on this is more of the, so you could play Ghere Naga or Gitte Taga really. So or Dha Tete Gitte Taga Dhene Taga Dha Tete Gitte Taga, or Dha Tete Ghere Naga Dhene Taga Dha Tete Ghere Naga Dhene Taga. Could also use some work. I used to be able to play a lot of this stuff better, but you know, new year and all. Okay, so this one, Dha Tete Ghere Naga Dhene Taga. It could be Ghere Naga or Gitte Taga. Which one do you guys think sounds better, Ghere Naga or Gitte Taga? Instead of na, you can also play thin. So. That sounds a little bit crowded to me. The Gititaga sounds better, which is. I think it should be practiced both ways. And when you practice this, make the Dhinitaga a little bit louder. How's it going, Aranya? Must be late where you're at, right? It's kind of late here. It's almost, 11? But yeah, so, yeah. I think on this one, the Dhinitaga, a little bit more emphasized. So. Aranya, which do you prefer, Gherenaga or Gititaga here? Which one do you usually play? On time today, yeah. Yeah, I guess I'm on time. So, Gherenaga or Gititaga? Maybe we could take a poll even. Let's see. Add option. Add option. How do I delete these though? Okay, we'll see. You play Gherenaga. Okay, interesting. All right, so that's one that's important to practice. Cool. Then we have Dha Terekete Taka Taka Dhin Terekete. So. So it's basically Dha Tere Gherenaga Taka Dhin Terekete. And the second line, you can play that again, or you can add Nana again. Will be great when you were teaching us show finger positions. Yeah, I'm really sorry. You're right. I need to slow way down. I get a little bit I think excited or hyper. Anyways, so Dha Terekete Taka Taka Dhin Terekete. So the last one, user LY, did you get the positioning on that one? If you got that, then I'll go to this one. Good question. Huh, okay. So Dha Terekete Taka, or Dha Tete Gherenaga. So that's right. So man, it's almost like all of these could be written a bit better. So Dha Tete Gherenaga Tak Dhin Terekete. So Terekete also with the baya, but we'll just leave that there. So Dha Tete Gherenaga Tak Dhin Terekete. You could play that, maybe as a short luggy. If you want the full kaida, then you could play Dha Tete Gherenaga Tak Dhin Terekete Dha Tete Gherenaga Tak Tine Nana Kene. So even slower. So one thing that you don't want to get in the habit of is Taka Dhin Terekete. You just want to play Taka Dhin Terekete. That slowly I was going into Taka Dhin Terekete, but you can't really play that fast. You could, but it would be difficult. Taka Dhin Terekete is easy, so instead I was playing almost like that. So just keep it Tak Dhin Terekete. It'll be easier. All right, so we have that right there. Tak Dhin Terekete. Then we have this Rela Dha Terekete Tak Dhin Terekete Tak Dhin Terekete Tak Dha Terekete Tak. All right, so that one right there. And by the way, if you guys just joined, I'm just covering good things to play to get your terekete to sound good. So Dha Terekete Tak Dhin Terekete Tak Dhin Terekete Tak Dha Terekete Tak. So everything in this is played with the bias of. So it's basically like tintal with just terekete with the bana. So and when you're playing it, make sure you're getting a good open sound. All the dins here and the terekete kind of right here. All right, so that's that right there. Cool. Could be a bit clearer, but yeah. And then lastly we have row. But to be honest, I don't think row is something that should be just taught with the bols like on screen. This is something that I've thought of before. I've written it out, and so many people tried playing it and they were playing it wrong. Even with the bowl, the bowls itself can't really teach row. So for that, just message me and we can figure out, some way. If you really want to learn row, we can do that. But I think it's too complicated. Even there's one dhere dhere thing in tisra, dha. Dhere dhere kit like da, dhere kit like dha, dhere kit like tun, dhere kit like da, dhere kit like dhere 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 kit like da, dhere kit like dha, dhere kit like tun, dhere kit like da. That I think is too much to be written in bowls. So that I think is more of a one-on-one thing. Please remember, play and teach slowly, slowly. Really appreciate your teaching. I always watch your videos. First time I was able to watch your live session from London. Please teach slowly. Yes, I will definitely do my best on that. If any time I'm going too fast, just say slow down and I'll go ahead and do that. So that right there is good and awesome. I'm glad you're in my live. Curious, do you work full time in addition to YouTube? Nope. I teach tabla. I got students through here, and that's basically what I do. And the reason why I do this, what I get out of it, is that I get practice explaining things and just camera time, and it really helps me as well. And it makes me a better teacher. When you guys ask questions and things like that, I think of ideas that I couldn't have thought of just on my own. So that's basically what I get. And of course it expands my student base as well, but even just regular videos do that. So okay. So if there's anything you think I played too fast, just let me know. I'll go back. Okay, let's see. We have GR Creed 5480. Dhatete dhatete dhadhatete. Yeah, we just covered this 2 days ago. JR Creed, if you go here, we did a beginner tabla. We did, yes, 3 days of beginner tabla. You can go look. There's a live stream. There's even this PDF underneath it. And yes, we covered this exact guy that you're talking about. And we did it with all the paltas and a tihai. So if you want to see that, go check that out there. It's all right there. Okay. So we have that here. Dhatete ghere nag dhene taga. Dhatete ghere nag tak dhin terekete. Dha terekete tak dhin terekete tak dhin terekete tak dha terekete tak. And then we have row. So if there's any questions more on terekete, the dhatete composition is good for, building the foundation for the terekete, getting a full hand. But now we'll move on to dhere dhere. I know everyone is always wondering for dhere dhere what to do. It's been a while since I've worked on it. I'm kind of this year hyper focusing on just one bowl at a time. I can show you guys what I've been working on. I have a list that I sent to one of my friends today. Everything I'm working on for the baya. I'll show you guys that after this. So anyways, okay. This dhere dhere exercise right here. Can you cover the... Hi, Jatin, how are you? Can you cover composition dha tin na kitatakti dha tirikitakti The one that ends in dhati ghena ta dha. I'm not sure what you're referring to. Dhati nakrati, dhati nakrati. Oh, it's the fixed composition, right? Dhati ghen ta dha. Yeah, fix that one. Dhati nakrati. So. And then it's 3 times, right? Yeah, I don't actually know that well enough to cover it. That what I played would be like a mimicry of it, but that's kind of something similar to that. I would love for you to explain and make a very detailed explanation video. Dhene ghene. All right, we'll definitely do that. Slowly, step by step, dhene ghene. All right, I guess in dhene ghene, we can do that. Yeah, dhene ghene. How do you get good balance in that? In that composition? Right now we're covering Dhere Dhere. I'll answer questions on that in just a bit if you just stick around for a little bit. So anyway, with Dhere Dhere we have this one. Now this might be one exercise in total, but what I want you guys to do is take each line of this and work on it individually as well. So even though this is one exercise, don't just go line by line. Take the first line, work on that 15 minutes maybe. Second line, third line. Don't just go line by line, because this is almost Dhere Dhere in the entirety. When you're looking for bols, you have Dha Terekete Dhere Dhere Dhere, which everyone knows. Taka Terekete Dhere Dhere Dhere, Terekete Dhere Dhere Dhere, and then Dhere Dhere Kat Dhere Dhere Dhere. So you can see you have the regular Dhere Dhere, you have Taka Terekete Dhere Dhere Dhere, and then you have multiple Dhere Dhere. Then you have Dhere Dhere Kat Dhere Dhere Dhere. So this is a phenomenal Dhere Dhere given to me by Vivek a long time ago. I used to just practice this whole thing, just line by line. Then I realized, no, this is so good. You should take each line and just run with that. Come up with variations of that, 15, 20 minutes. That's how you get good at this. So that's it right there. Dhene ghene, yeah, we'll cover that. Dhate de ghirana ghirana. Dhate ghirana ghirana dada ghirana nakrana. This sounds cool when you played with the Leia. You can try it. Yeah. Dada ghirana ghirana dada ghirana nakrana. Nate ghirana. Yeah, it's a good one. So. And of course with good baya as well. Okay, so back to Dhere Dhere. Okay. So we have that right there. So let me just play this whole thing, and I'll do it slowly. And then, let's say you work on this, but your Dhere Dhere is still not coming. Then you should do what I have here secondly. So this is how this one goes. So hold on. I messed that up. Terekete Dhere Dhere Terekete. One more time. So one more time. So Dha Terekete Taka. Dhere Dhere Kat Dhere Dhere Terekete Taka. I know in some places it's written Dhere Dhere Dhere, but you just basically play Dhere Dhere Dhere. It's just for reading purposes. So don't try to play, wherever you see Dha Terekete Taka Dhere Dhere, wherever there's 2 dheres, you only play the baya on the first one. Just a rule you should guys know. Let me say that one more time. If you ever see 2 dheres written together, just play the baya on the first one. Don't play, unless you're supposed to do that. On 3 dheres, you can do that, but on 2, for the most part, don't do that. Important rule to remember. Okay, so let's say you practice that. If you guys want to see that faster, I can, but there's countless examples of fast Dhere Dhere on YouTube. So let's say you play that faster, and your Dhere Dhere is still not coming. this is the fix that I recommend. You guys maybe have heard me tell this many times, but let's say you're playing Dhere Dhere. So what you want to do is on your hand, make the first Dhe loud. Whatever you see here capitalized, make that loud. So make the first Dhe loud. Then when you play it, make the Re loud. Then when you play Ghere Dhere, make the Ghere Dhere, make the Re's loud, then Ghere Dhere. So basically like that. So this is what I mean. So in the beginning it would be, and it's like that. So and then so that would actually be the first line would be the Dhe loud. Sorry, I messed it up. So this is that. Then the second line. So you guys get that? First line with the Dhe loud. And then second line. So like that. So it's like that. And then do the same thing for Ghere Dhere. So Ghere Dhere. So I'm working this side of my hand. So that when you play Dhere Dhere, the initial Terekete, the ta and the end of the Terekete has to land on top of the syahi in the Dhere Dhere position. So Dhere Dhere, always good question. Dhere Dhere. So Dhere, like the tak. Yes, if that's what you're saying, like the tak. If you play tak here, it'll land like that. So Dhere Dhere. So that's that. So one more time, this exercise would go. Second line. Third line. And then fourth line. Ghere Dhere, Ghere Dhere. I can tell you guys right now, what threw me off was this line right here. I came up with this before. I haven't really done this before, but Ghere, and then not making this Dhe loud and this Re, to me, that was a little bit confusing. So it would be good. Even my mind-to-muscle connection for Dhere Dhere can be improved. But this right here, you guys would be like, man, what is this? This is nothing. This is incredible for Dhere Dhere. This is what took mine to, the next level. And honestly, I should have worked on this even more so I could have more weight when I go faster. These two, for Dhere Dhere, if out of all of this, you just want to take two things, these two would be enough. Right there. All right? So we have this. Then we have next. This is your standard Dhere Dhere Rela. You can practice this. This is even like basically a variation of this first line. So you can practice that as well. Then this is one that Ustad Zakir Sen plays that I don't really hear a lot of other people playing. But Terekete, a little bit slower. Terekete, and then a gap. So Terekete, such a beautiful one because there's a pause in the beginning. So like that. It's so nice to start. So Terekete. Ghere Dhere Terekete taka ta Terekete taka ta Terekete taka naka. I guess there should be a naka. But when you go really fast, there isn't one. So Terekete ta Ghere Dhere Dhere. So I'm not really playing it on beat because the beat lands better when you go faster. I'm just showing you the movements. Terekete ta Ghere Dhere Terekete taka ta Terekete taka ta Terekete taka naka Terekete Ghere Dhere Terekete taka Ghere naga dinna Ghere naga or tunna Kite taka. However you play. I know I'm giving you guys kind of a lot of options on how to play this, but when it goes faster is when it kind of really makes sense. So like that. So there's a few things. you start it like this, but then in the kali you just kind of go to this part. This terekete ta is just kind of played maybe as a mukra. Maybe this entire portion right here. It's just kind of an intro. The real rela is basically this right here. Thank you. You said well, mind muscle connection takes really long when you are learning new things. Takes time, transfer the what we learn first to understand, and yes, it definitely does take time. No, I mean when you play dha terekete Dhere Dhere Dhere, the terekete is not all in the middle of the syahi. The last terekete bol has to land. What? Dha terekete Dhere Dhere. So I don't get it. Dha terekete Dhere Dhere Dhere. The terekete is not all in the so. Yeah, so the terekete would not land in that. So dha terekete, you're here, then you're here. So from here to here. And then so like that. So I think this one I didn't explain properly, I'll be honest. Terekete ta. I'm not sure if this made sense. And then from there, you would go to this line. It's kind of strange. I'm going to rework this a little bit and find a better way to explain this. It's kind of why I do these lives, so I can see what makes sense, what doesn't. So in higher speed, I think if you play Dhere 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 Gite Taga for Kuli, you'll get more groove. So yeah, I think you're right. Yeah. Yeah, so that's one of those things where you just change it to that. I think I was also playing, Gite Taga right there. Gite Taga. Yeah, that's good. Thank you, Arnya. Always, helping. So like that. So like that, and then it's kind of like goes thin. So anyways, I need to rework this. Probably need to write out the whole thing. It'll make more sense. Just what I have written here doesn't fully explain this, but if you listen to how I'm playing it, I'll play it one more time. That'll make more sense. So basically the beauty is thin, or so it's like that pause and then Dhere 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 Gite Taga. So yeah, that's it. Hopefully, Jatin, your question got answered. That you play the last day here and then Dhere there. So that. And then this one. This is kind of close to what Pandit Anokilal Mishra played, so. And like that, so. Who did I learn from? Pandit Kumar Bose. Sometimes when he would come to town. But, really, I've learned from a lot of people. And then on top of that, self-taught, as well. A lot of self-teaching I've done, as well. So anyways. But my main teacher lives here in the same city as me. He was always comfortable with me learning from, anyone. And Pandit Kumar Bose is one of his friends, good friends. In fact, in last concert, we played together last year in April. I think I told you this, Arnya. He was even playing a baya that was Kumar Bose's that he gave him, and the box that he brought his tabla in used to be Kumar Bose's, so Pandit Kumar Bose's. So that's they're very, very close friends. In his notes, A lot of his notes are handwritten by Pandit Swapan Chaudhary, so he's very close with all of them. So this one more time. Dhere dhere kit tak ta, tere kit ghere tere tere kit tak ta. So like that. So you know, we talk a lot about who's your teacher and all that. The main teacher you should have, and this may sound a bit strange, is the tabla itself. You should listen to the tabla and see how it's responding to you. It'll teach you more than you can imagine. And I know it's just a drum. No, really listen to it. It has a lot to teach you. All right? So na terekete ghere dhere dhere kit tak terekete gadigene. So you could play dha terekete ghere dhere dhere kit tak terekete gadigene. This is also a good one. So like that. So one more time. So let's just change that to dha terekete dha terekete. Dha terekete ghere dhere 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 kit ta terekete gadigene. So one more time. So dha terekete ghere dhere 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 kit ta terekete gadigene. You could play kit. So one more time. Dha. So you could say kitita or kititaka. You could just play kitita. Either of those. So yeah, kitita sounds better. So it's a little bit faster. Like that. I believe your enthusiasm is your first teacher. Yes. No, not enthusiasm. Instrument is your first teacher. Then stage is your yeah. That's also a good way. Stage meaning kind of trial and error. But yeah, one more time. Yeah, so one more time. One other thing is on the ghe, you can really modulate it like that. It sounds good. So yeah, that could also sound cleaner. A lot of these things, I'm just playing at higher speed so you guys get the idea. I don't mean to set an example to play like that. Okay, so taka. Oh, taka, dhere dhere cut. Dhere dhere cut, dhere dhere cut. Pandit Swapan Chaudhary styles. So I think there should be almost 2 dashes here, you know, to really show how much it should be. But anyways, the point is tak dhere cut, and then from there you fill it in. I think this is more like a chalan kind of, or a rela. I can never be, you know, completely sure, but and then from there you fill it with stuff. So like that. You fill it in with different things like that. So dhere cut, a lot of fun to play. I really like the, you know, the kind of sense of, I don't know if you guys can hear the reverb, but you know, with the cut with a little bit of reverb when you end with that, sounds good. One really quick thing about sound lately, I like more reverb on the baya. and then point the mic a little bit to the dia, and then you'll get reverb on that. But I'm not liking too much reverb on the dia much anymore. Kind of ruins the clarity. But anyways, just an idea. Okay, so next is a tisra one. Dha terekete tak, ghire dhere dhere terekete tak terekete, dha terekete tak, dhenegene tak tak dhenegene. So I believe, user, you had a question about dhenegene. This one, is in tisra. So dha terekete tak, ghire dhere dhere terekete tak terekete, dha terekete tak, dhenegene tak tak dhenegene, or tenegene at the end. So this one will be slow. Even slower. You guys should hear Yeshwant play this. The speed he takes this at is, I never knew it could even go that fast. I think Aranya, we've practiced this one before. It's a good one to practice. Has all the different bols in it, or not all of them, but both dhere dhere and dhenegene tak tak dhenegene. And then from here you can also add that other composition, dhenegene tak tak gran dhenegene tak dhenegene. Beautiful composition. One of the best dhenegenes I've ever had. Then you have that one tisra dhere dhere dha. Dhere dhere kit tak dha tere kit tak dha tere kit tak tun tere kit tak dha tere kit tak dhere 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 kit tak dha tere kit tak dha tere kit tak tun tere kit tak dha tere kit tak dha. Too much to fully type out, but this is a really good one. And I really think, again, this is something that in more of a closed session where when you're teaching it, you can see the person, how they're playing it, that you should teach. Some things in tabla, either I can't explain them well enough yet, but they should kind of be, where you can see how, someone is learning. Other things are pretty explanatory, but that is something. So yeah, that's basically everything that, I wanted to cover today. If you guys have questions, we can do that as well. We can do those. One time in front of Pandit Kumar Bosa played. Except back then I was playing the dhagas not with the 1 and 2, but it sounded better there than I think I was playing it. I didn't play it too fast, of course, because I know all these, really good tabla players, they care more about, quality of the playing, baya work, and things like that. So that's kind of, what I've got today. If you guys have questions, just let me know. Figure something out. There's another thing I was going to show you guys. If I can open it really quickly. Make sure stream doesn't lag or something. All right. Here we go. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think it's opening. Or it's yeah, it's not showing up. Anyways, so those are some stuff that I had for today. As far as what I'm practicing this month for Baya, I was going to show you guys that, but my phone is dead and it won't charge. It's got water in it, so it's sitting in a bag of rice somewhere. So gotta get that to fix. So yeah, we've covered a lot. You know, I'm basically I'm settling on a schedule for the streams, and what I'm thinking of is like this basically. All right? So amazing, bro. Keep it up. It's a great initiative. I'll be really grateful if you can make a very, very slow explanation of dhenegene, like teaching to a 5-year-old child. That's okay. So yeah, dhenegene, we might as well, you know, I can make a video or just ask some questions right now. Here, let's do dhenegene just really quickly. Awesome. And appreciate it, Jatin. Really quickly, the idea I have for streaming, just to make sure it's all kind of covered, is that Monday through Friday, it'll be like different bowls each day. I think the Calendly date doesn't have since it's too late tonight. Yeah, but it's probably best not just message me the question. Let's not discuss in front of, you know, everyone. But anyways, dhenegene, not too complicated, all right? Split your hand like tete. Look, you have tete here, you have tete here. Now, you just turn your index. Look, you keep these 2 fingers here. Turn the index. So dhene. That's it. Look, you know how to play tete, right? User ly look. So tete. You got that, right? So just bring the tete here. Dhene. And then just add the baya. Dhene. So dhenegene. Dhenegene. This ne is kind of like a backwards ne. So dhenegene. So dhenegene. So one more time. Start from the beginning. Tete, like you have tete. First dhene. So dhene is, and then gene. One more time. So dhenegene. Dhenegene. Beyond that, I don't know what more I can explain on dhenegene slowly. I mean, I could do it one more time, but you guys get the point. Look, tete split here. Dhene. Right? You got that? Dhene. Gene. That's it. All right? So yeah, Pratik, you just oh wait, yeah. So yeah, just message me on WhatsApp. I don't know about tomorrow. Sundays I do like other stuff, but just schedule something, you know, during the week. I think I sent you the link days ago. So you could have scheduled, you know, earlier, but sometime next week is probably better. Okay. Let's see. Let's see if there's anything else, you guys. I play percussion called darbuka, but always use tabla, ghattam, mridangam, pakhavar styles. Hey, that's great, but did you understand the dhenegene that I just explained to you for like 5 minutes? I mean, you said you wanted a video right there. Did that not cover everything, or do you still need a video? We can talk about the other instruments, you know, later. But did that cover it? Is there any more simpler way I can break down dhenegene? Dhenegene taka. Okay, so dhenegene taka. So dhenegene taka. Where are you even playing dhenegene taka? That's only in one composition. Yeah, so that's only right there. So so like that. So okay, so that part is done. Any other questions, guys, or we're good? Anything else? Let's see. Oh yeah, in the meantime, I'll try to explain different things I'm working on. If I could find the list. There's how can I open it on that screen? Okay, anyways, so for Baya, all this stuff I'm working on, I'll just show you guys. So, trying to play on my darbuka. Yeah, on there, I can't really say much on there, but anyway, so Baya stuff, of course. So like that. Another one is like that. So small micro biomodulation. And then faster. I mean, I don't even want to butcher it, but like that. So this is kind of Ustad Habibuddin Khan's pigeon kind of style. So like that. Okay, so that's that right there. What else? Of course, dhati ghete 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 dhati ghete ghete ghete. So that one too. That's a good one. Is that on it? Yeah, I've covered that one before. This one I don't know why more people play dhaga dhine ghine. Like that. So stuff like that is what I'm covering. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. You guys got anything else? Been a good stream. Need to practice too. Probably gonna, should I just practice on stream? We'll see. With the chat going, it's hard to practice on stream, but okay. All right, guys. So I think that's it. That's all for today. It's been good. I waited around. Yes, user. If more questions, just let me know in the next stream. But yeah, I guess since you're here, I'll just tell you what the schedule is going to be like for these streams. Basically, and this is just one way to do it. Monday through Friday, I'll cover one bol. For example, how to improve your baya or baya compositions, Terekete compositions, Dhenegene, it'll be useful for you. Dhenegene compositions, Dhere Dhere. I think that's 5 things. And Tete. So, Terekete, Dhenegene, Tete, Baya. What am I missing? Dhenegene, Terekete, Tete, Baya. Man, is there something missing? Is that everything? Hold on one. Dhere Dhere, Dhenegene, Tete. Dhenegene is already done. And, man, why do I feel like I'm missing something? Man, am I going crazy? Dhere Dhere, Dhenegene, Terekete, the Baya, and Tete. Okay, yeah. So 5 things, okay? So those 5 good Lord, today I've been slow. All right, those 5 during the week. And then on Saturdays, Saturdays I'll be reacting to clips and things like that. You guys can send in clips and do that. And then Sundays will be beginner lessons. So that's kind of, what the plan is as of right now. So, yeah, that's my schedule. That's how I'll do it. If there's a better way to do it, I'll think of one later. But that's that. And any comments or questions? That sound good? How is the audio today? I was also wondering that. Should be good. But all right, I guess that's it. So that's my schedule, and it's gonna be a little bit earlier than usual. I guess I could look up one thing. What time in London? Hey Sandesh, how are you? Oh wow, it's 5:30 in London. Good lord. Okay. There's almost no time that'll work for everyone. No time. Sandesh, you got any questions? I was just about to wrap up actually. Looking up what time it is in London. Trying to find a time that works for everyone. Where are you from? Great sound. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much. I fiddle a lot with the sound. Not now. Yeah, okay, so not now is not a good time to stream. Yeah, I agree on that too. I was just feeling, been doing. You're from Calgary. So what time is it there? It's the same time as here, right? What time in Calgary? 10:30. It's not that bad. It's 10:30 here as well. I mean, on weekdays, I understand it's bad. I'm only doing this on because it's a weekend is, why I'm doing this. But usually I wouldn't be this late. So during the week, what would be a good time for you? Around 8? I'm Turkish living in London. Awesome, man. That's awesome. I think they have a big Turkish population. Also in France, I think, too. So I guess 8 on weekdays, and on weekends maybe around noon. That would kind of work. Not at this time. And around noon is, yeah, I know it's 5:30. I don't know how you're up, already watching this at 5:30, but I don't wake up that early, so it's impressive. So okay, so we have we can do. So what time would work then? Because if I do at 8, then it doesn't work for you. Huh. All right, I guess I'll have to figure it out. And for me, I like 8 o'clock. It's fine for me. Yeah, I guess I'll start asking in the chat. Might as well, ask, see if start a Q&A. What time worked for you to stream? Okay, cool. All right, but now I can't see the chat. You give a lot of tips for tabla, so it's not a problem. Interesting. Yeah, no, I definitely do. But being there live is always good. And live also helps me, find a lot of, different ideas as well. So it helps me quite a bit. All right, so I guess that if any questions, Sandesh, or I'll just end. It's 10:30, so you probably don't have many questions. Probably about to go to sleep, right? About to wrap it up for the day. Another reason why I'm also streaming so much is whenever I do something, for example, streaming is kind of new to me, I make sure I do it 100 days in a row. Otherwise, if I start missing days, I, lose momentum. So that's like how I like to start things. So that's the goal at least. So that would be every day till April. So yeah, I guess if today's the 10th, that's 10 done. Let's just see really quickly. What day is 100 days from now? What day is 100 days from today? Monday, April 20th. Wow, okay. Yeah, that's a while. So yeah, that's the goal at least. So yeah. All right, well, cool, guys. It's been nice talking to y'all. Goodbye.